Hello, welcome back to Three Pints and a Clean Sheet, episode 102. I am Kyle. Today we've got Greg back from his jollies.
Hello, I am sorry for the very loud audio that came through at the start of this program.
No, you're not. We've also got the usual, and Robert, who's near me in the screen as well.
Sorry, my ears are still ringing. Can you repeat that for me?
No, you missed your chance.
Don't ask him to repeat it. Come on, you know better than that.
So, you should really say how you are. How are we?
Jet lagged, tired.
Rare to go.
So, nothing's ever changed.
No,
I'm good, thanks for asking, but I feel like it doesn't matter about me.
nope, it doesn't matter at all.
Never.
Don't care.
Doesn't usually matter.
You were really mean about me in my absence last week because I watched these episodes when I'm absent. You're really mean about me in my absence, so I don't care how you are.
You don't usually care if I'm nice to you either. So, anyway, we had a good week without you. Another team had a good week was Wolverhampton Wanderers getting their first win of the week season.
Both can be true.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, Will's getting the first win. We know somebody will be happy.
Yes, we do. Hello, Kyle. We're still going to talk about how shit you are. No, like, well done, Wolves. You got your first win. All you had to do was play the worst team in the division by an absolute mile.
Well, they technically were because they were sitting bottom, but
Yeah, but Wolves are not the worst team in the division. Southampton are the worst team in the division, and we've known this for a very long time.
well, I can only go as based on the league table, which was Wolves at the bottom with a win until now.
Yeah, the goalkeeping for the second goal is an absolute disaster from Aaron Ramsdale, and it makes you remember why Arsenal sold him.
But it's also some hit for the second goal.
Oh, it's a good hit, but he has so much time and it's at a nice height and he somehow doesn't keep it out.
Yeah.
There's a few things that are certain in life. One is Greg slagging off Pickford and Ramsdale. I feel like we don't go at least 2 episodes without you making a comment about one of them.
Well, that's because they're both shit. If they were both weren't shit, then I wouldn't make comments about them. No, so Southampton are just dreadful. Like there was a disallowed goal, and some of the Southampton fans are quite unhappy about it. It's a foul. He goes straight through the back of him.
That's always a wee clutching if you're struggling in the league, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, for those who've been unaware, I was in America last week. One advantage of being in America with an 8-hour time difference is that when you wake up at 7:30 in the morning, there's 3 o'clock kickoff football on.
Could they face it?
Sadly for me, the game that was on last Saturday on the American TV was Southampton v Everton, and it was horrendous. I don't know how much we spoke about Southampton Everton last week. It was a horrendous game that Southampton should not have won. Southampton did not win this game. They are going to go down by an absolute mile. They're shit. But it's all right because they can play 3 passes together.
Well, that was one of my questions I was going to ask is who is going to go down?
Southampton, Crystal Palace, and I'm still going to say Ipswich.
I think Southampton's is just nailed on. They're only playing too well, and their team is probably
No. Everyone says they're playing well. Everyone says because they've got an attractive style of football that they're playing well. When what they actually do is pass it about the defence, don't attack, and concede really sloppy goals. Is it the second goal as well, Kyle, that Wolves press, like Southampton try and play out from the back and Wolves press them? I think it is.
Every chance. There's every chance. It seems like all their goals is just some form of howler.
Yeah.
And there's nearly the halfway line as well. With Ramsdale making a
there really was. That one was horrendous.
I know this is just feeding in what Greg says, but I'm just going to make the point anyway. 72% possession for Southampton, allegedly.
And lost 2-0. That's the stat that matters.
Another
How many shots on target between the two teams?
4. 4 were by Wolves.
What?
There's 4 shots on target between both teams, and 4 were for Wolves.
So are you telling me they had 72% possession and no shots on target? Because that shots. Could be none on target. That could be the worst. Like, how the hell could you still support your manager after having 72% possession and no shots on target? How is that possible?
It's a possession-based game.
Well, it's not. It's a goals-based game. That's how football works.
You can't score if you don't have the ball.
They can't score and they do have the ball.
As I'm trying to get a reaction, it's not really working.
No, it's not working because you know I'm right. You know they're terrible.
Oh yeah, Southampton are looking shite. Wolves aren't looking in a bad nick. Just unlucky fixtures.
Yeah, we said this, didn't we? We said that the run of form was always going to come from Wolves. It was whether they could convert it. This was the easy game to get a win. It's now whether they can follow that up with some other good results. One thing that I was also away, I was doing some reading when I was away. I read something by ye olde Brian Clough, who said the biggest mistake he made as in a football manager was believing that his Forest side were too good to go down.
Is that what Southampton are doing, or I don't know?
No, I think it's the danger for Wolves. Oh, we've had unlucky fixtures. We're too good to go down. And then if they don't win their next few games, all of a sudden it's December and they're still down there. Same with Palace, actually. I know we're not talking about Palace. Like, I know it's not in the running order, but Palace also lost 2-0 to Fulham, who looked pretty good.
But then Fulham are on a good season.
Yeah, so. Fulham are in a good run. But if Palace keeps standing there going, it's all right, the results will come, we're too good to go down, we've got a really good team. Not always.
Well, look at Leeds and Leicester a couple of years back. They were too good and they went down.
Leeds were not too good. Leeds deserve to go down.
Well, ask their fans, they were too good to go down.
Yeah, but their fans are deluded.
Well,
the other thing I should say is there's a real risk of teams. The teams at the bottom are now kind of starting to win. Like, we now have every team in the division has now won a game, thanks to Ipswich, which we're going to come on to in a minute. But there is still a risk of becoming a drift. It's not as bad as it was, but if we cut it at Man United, Palace and Wolves. So Wolves are already 9 points by Man United in 13th. Palace are 8 points by Man United in 13th.
But then it's your age-old thing of one good run and you're sorted for life all season.
But I don't see that many teams above them going on good. Like, above, I think we have to say West Ham are in it at this point. Even if you say West Ham aren't in it, if you say it's Leicester down, like, not all those teams can consistently pick up points. You're going to get cut adrift eventually.
Then it's just maybe just sack O'Neill or whoever the manager is at their respective clubs.
I mean, I think I also read that, or not read that, I saw that on, was it Match of the Day 2? Where they debated who the next manager, because obviously Ten Hag's gone, but who the next manager to go would be. And I think I agreed with the conclusion. I can't remember who the pundit was. I think I agreed with the conclusion that Oliver Glasner could be in big trouble.
Probably. Based on the finish they had last year compared to the start, it's night and day.
Steve Cooper's the other worry, but again, Dyche probably isn't getting sacked even if they go down. Ipswich, don't think they're going to sack McKenna even if they go down.
Ange might be one of them.
Yeah, that's the other. Do you want to move on to that game actually?
Yeah,
that's the other candidate. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ange getting beat off Ipswich as well. So could be his ship sailing.
They are absolutely hoaching, and yet they're 10th. How are they 10th?
They've had a few decent wins. Beat Man United, so that could have helped.
They beat Aston Villa last weekend when I wasn't here, and they won 4-1.
I think it's just the beat Man City. Yeah. I think they've kind of just had a hangover for that.
I think on their day they've got the ability. It's just that consistency is really lacking.
I should also say that Dominic Solanke and Brennan Johnson, who are apparently the second coming if you ask the media, and completely hot on form if anyone missed that. Dominic Solanke is the best English striker who's ever lived, apparently. Has the same number of goals this season in the Premier League as Harvey Barnes and also Alex Isak, both of them who have been injured for a considerable part of the season so far.
I would agree. Solanke is in some sort of form. Maybe not shit hot form, but he's in some
He scored 4 goals.
He was injured for a wee bit though. Give him a break.
He scored 4 goals in 11 games.
Yeah, but it doesn't suit Greg's agenda.
He's not. He scored the same number of goals as Harvey Barnes has scored, and Harvey Barnes has been on the pitch for a combined total of about 5 minutes.
That's a good return.
Yeah.
Make some money off him.
Good job for him.
Steve
Well,
Clark, get him
obviously,
called up.
they followed a 4-1 win against Aston Villa with a 3-2 loss in Europe against Galatasaray away, which was a sore one, I would say. I think that's
Yeah.
maybe not the confidence more.
And then followed up by a 2-1 defeat to Ipswich at Tottenham Stadium.
I mean, to be fair to that, like, they should still be beating Ipswich, but they have done it off the back of a trip to Turkey.
Then
Not an easy place to go. Have to play Victor Osimhen.
then top teams should really make this look easy.
Yeah, but do you want to know a secret, Kyle?
Yeah, I know you got to say they're not a top team, yeah.
They're not a top team.
Ah! Sorry. Well, yeah, but they should be if they're European in Europe. They should really know how to deal with it. That's just my thought.
No, you know what? Big ups to Ipswich are getting the first win. I'll give them a wee shout out. You know, and I know we did the kits a while ago. I talked about kits a while ago anyway. That pink kit is lovely. I have to say.
I enjoyed the overhead kick.
Yeah.
It was pretty shit defending, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Johnson really should have just went to the ball, but he just, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, not me.
Another guy, I think it was Paul, but I can't remember who it was, just kind of stood there now.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
Modric uses it all the time. They're all to do some mad trick.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think he needed to do an overhead kick. He had enough time to take that down and score.
He did, but he's that sort of guy.
Yeah, he is.
So quirky.
Yes,
also,
I've got a name that makes me sound not Irish, and yet I'm Irish. Ooh.
Another thing was the slanky handball. It was disallowed.
I mean, it was a handball.
I thought it was quite harsh, personally.
It doesn't matter if it's harsh or not. If it's a goal, the rule is very clear. If it hits your hand, it's not a goal, regardless of how deliberate it is.
But he did the meeting.
But that's not the rule.
Yeah, he did the meeting. Ball to hand, isn't it?
Maybe tried hand in netball.
Doesn't bother me. He's not on my FPL team.
Or mine.
Or mine, before you start.
Well, that's because he's shit. That's why we've not put him in it.
Right, you're just wanting bites, aren't you?
No. I don't even want bites. I think I think Dominic Solanke isn't that good, and £65 million was a lot to pay for him. It's a well-substantiated good point that I've tried to make on several times this season. And once again, when it comes to Greg's Tottenham foresight, it's coming true that Ange is both shit and Solanke was a waste of money.
Well, speaking of Ange, is he going to get sacked or is he going to stay or what's he going to do?
Are they going to sack him? It depends on what their ambitions are.
I don't imagine it's 10th place, but maybe it is.
I couldn't see him getting sacked yet. I think there's still a bit more to go.
I think you've got to give him the season.
You get worse, though.
I think that's the logical way to go about it. But you know what they'll do? They'll give him till January, wait till he's made some transfers, then go, nah, actually, change their minds.
Well, let's be honest, right? A reasonable finish for Spurs is 6th, 7th, or 8th. That's like where Spurs should reasonably be envisaging finishing. They're currently 10th. It's not a disaster.
They're also making a bit of an arse of Europe, aren't they? I don't know.
No,
They got beat. Just kind of got beat last time.
They got beat, but did they not win their games before that?
Is that not a stan of them?
And
I don't know. I just thought they were making a bit of arse. Maybe they aren't.
they won. They beat AZ Alkmaar 1-0. They beat Ferencváros 2-1.
They've got the Mighty Rangers to play on the 12th of December.
They beat Karabakh 3-0, and they lost 3-2 at Galatasaray.
I think minimalistically they need Europe at the coming into the season. That's kind of
but the problem is that's a minimum expectation for a lot of teams, and some of them aren't going to make it.
No, like your West Ham's and that they don't need it. They've had it before. They've won it. They can retire. Yeah,
but you've also got your Newcastle. Like you've got the 5 teams around Tottenham who are the Sky Six or Big Six, and you've also got Villa and Newcastle to throw into that mix.
Villa, maybe, yeah.
I was never Newcastle been mentioned.
Fine. Even if you just want to say Villa, Spurs could then finish 7th, and that could be seen as a reasonable finish.
I don't know. Like I think you have to
And
win at least top 6.
There aren't that many like expectations. The advantage for them should be the fact that Man United are doing worse than them, and therefore a
So
European place is on the cards.
It's a bonus ball anyway.
Exactly, but like again, the other point being with the money that English teams have, they should be doing pretty well in Europe. So we'll
Well,
see how that goes.
There is a few teams in that boat who are underperforming at the minute.
Most of the season, and most of the teams, I would say, are underperforming.
Yeah.
But one big one is Manchester City. 4 on the spin they've lost across all competitions.
Yeah, including
Cups
Champions League and the League Cup, which no one cares about.
It's not very nice to lose either way. Nobody likes losing.
It's fine. Newcastle are only in the quarterfinal. When Newcastle get to the final, then I'll care about the League Cup again.
So in next decade,
Never.
I'll still be optimistic for you.
No.
So yeah, as I was saying, 4 defeats in their spin. What's the problem?
Rodri, lack of
I agree.
injuries.
Yeah. I think that's one of them. I don't think they've had that many more injuries than the other teams, though, to be honest. Have they?
They've had a few.
Like at some point, like Pep Guardiola did say it, and it wasn't the truth, but it wasn't far off being the truth that they had 13 fit senior players. I think it was 13 outfield fit senior players come last weekend
I think
when
so.
they lost to Bournemouth.
Mm.
And some came back this weekend, and yet they still lost. And they lost in Europe. Like
It wasn't just they didn't just lose in Europe. They got a thumping. It was 4-1.
I mean, yeah.
Just want to put that in there.
Against his new rival, might we add.
2 of them were penalties, to be fair.
Don't care.
Nah, but it's still a shot, isn't it?
Shot on target.
Yeah, but it's less of a thumping if you go, 4-1, but 2 of them were penalties. Like,
I don't think they chose to have penalties. I think they just got given them.
I
Well,
never
we
saw
should
the, I
admit-
never saw the game. I don't know if there were penalties or not, Kyle.
Greg
No.
insists that they should have been missed them on purpose out of respect.
Yes, respect Pep Guardiola.
Rose in a top 25 respect highlight montage.
The good news is that Victor Gyökeres has scored a hat-trick in that game, and now some side's going to, probably Spurs, let's be honest, is going to spaff like 80, 90, 100 million on him, and he's going to be horrendous in the Premier League.
Probably got Man U because he's got to join his old pal Ruben.
Oh yeah, because that worked really well for every other previous Man United manager who bought all the players they knew and they all turned out to be shit.
Matic was alright. He was alright, to be fair.
To be fair, Mourinho probably did the best job of buying players he knew.
Fellaini was alright.
I was specifically thinking of Moyes and Ten Hag.
No, Fellaini was alright. Can't have that. He did what he was meant to do, which was elbow folk.
Yeah, it wasn't be a good footballer.
Well, yeah. So just back to what we're on because we keep sidetracking, guys. Yeah, Man City are shit.
I think they've reached a point where they're just going to burn out. So it's not too far out of reach at the moment, but it can't continue this way because Liverpool are going to keep punishing them because other teams aren't punishing them when they're dropping points. But we'll come on to that.
Yes, whose fault? Like, I don't even know if the tactics are that bad. Like, I don't know who's to blame here. They have been very reliant on Haaland, especially last season, and even more so this season from what I've read. But their defence, should be doing better with the players they have. I know their defence is where lots of the injury problems are.
They're getting older. They're not replacing any of them. Because Walker's about 35. I don't know if that's how old he is, but he's old. Stones isn't a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Akanji's a lot older than I thought he was, I believe.
I thought he was only 26.
I thought he was a little older. I could be wrong. Diaz is
He's
getting on.
29.
I'm sure Diaz is getting on a wee bit as well. So they're getting older and not really bringing new faces in.
Yeah, but that's that wasn't a problem. It now might be a problem, but it wasn't a problem. No one saw this coming.
But I think I just go back to Rodri.
Not this drastically, yeah.
Rodri and De Bruyne is the problem.
They always show the Rodri stats of how shite they're when doesn't it play. So
And at some point, Haaland in November, December usually picks up an injury that puts him out for a wee while anyway. That's how this has worked the past few seasons, right? Haaland picked up an injury like November, December. We go, oh, are they going to bottle it? And then come the end of the season, they, as you say, Kyle, spawn about 5 games in hand and then win the title.
And if Alan gets injured,
Well-
there's nobody to score the goals because they've got any other strikers.
Actually,
currently-
do you know what? Do you know what I've just noticed? Because I went to see how many goals they've scored. Do you know which team has scored the most goals in the league?
Probably Wolves or something.
Nope, Spurs.
Oh,
No, that's good. But Solanke's shite though, isn't he?
He's only scored 4 of the 23.
That's maybe 19 with his efforts.
The Spurs and then Brentford. The Spurs have got 23, and then Brentford and Man City have 22. Like, scoring goals isn't really the problem. It's conceding them that's been the problem for Man City.
it always seems to be an early goal. I can't actually, not early in this game, but most other games, there's a wee one conceded earlier on when usually at home.
It was a late one this week, wasn't it?
78, and then
Yeah.
O'Reilly in the 83rd.
Yeah. If we really want to emphasise the Man City problem, actually, right? Man City have scored 22 goals and conceded 13, right? They've got 23 points. Chelsea below them have scored 21 goals and conceded 13. They've got 19 points. Tottenham have scored 23 and conceded 13 and have 16 points. Like, it's just that they've got lucky in areas. Like, the positions actually might be masking how bad it actually is.
I think maybe the burnt out points maybe very valid. Maybe they're just kind of Pep's gave up because he's won that much. He's fed up.
I was going to say, are some of them bored?
Well, mind Ederson was got to leave in the summer then somehow, didn't he?
Yeah.
De Bruyne was got to leave, didn't he?
Just think Haaland might leave in the summer now.
They've won everything.
I think that'll be the next thing when they'll want new challenges and piss off.
But, well, or the Premier League decides to relegate them.
True. Hopefully. You don't
Maybe
know.
that's what it is. If we don't have any points, they can't deduct them from us.
We just minus.
That must make you a happy chappy, though, Kyle.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not delighted. I didn't get a wee butterfly feeling when I seen the scores. I'm not going to lie. Oh, my telly's turned off. Anyway, yeah, so they make a bit of arse of this whole thingy title race. And another team is Arsenal.
Is that not the team that Robert said would win the league?
Still time. Who did you say would win the league?
Man City.
No.
So does that be fair, I think.
They have 4 points more than the team you picked to win the league.
Oh yeah, because I forgot the season finishes next week.
And over their last 5 games are in worse form than Man City. And yet somehow we're not talking about a crisis at Arsenal.
They were overachieving last season, I think, the last 2 seasons.
No one else has said that. People have said this is where Arsenal deserve to be, and now it's being proved they're not actually that good.
They're better than they were, well, we're talking 5 years ago, but they're still not quite there yet, I think.
What is the problem though? Like
Goals.
yeah,
They don't have good strikers, is what I meant. Havertz isn't a striker. Jesus isn't a striker.
Yeah.
Jesus is deep, mate.
Gabriel, Jesus.
Thank you.
So they don't have any real strikers.
But that wasn't a problem for them.
Appears to be now.
I mean, it appears to be now, but it wasn't a problem for them. So what's changed?
Why are you asking me?
Well, because you host this podcast, and I want to know your opinion.
Well, I've told you they don't have anybody that scores consistent enough goals for them.
But that hasn't changed.
Yeah, but like last season, Martinelli was scoring goals. Trossard was scoring. Saka was scoring. Other folk, Odegaard was, who's just came back, albeit was their best player. So I think his injuries maybe played a wee part in it as well. But
Are Arsenal in a worse crisis than Man City, having lost 2 and drawn 2 of their last 5 league games? They've not won a league game in 4.
I'd say it goes under the radar more, but for a team that didn't win the league, probably wouldn't be referred to as that much of a crisis in comparison. But it's not great viewing for them either.
To be fair to them, actually, so their last 4 games that they've not won in the league were Bournemouth, where they had the red card, Liverpool, big game, understandable, Newcastle away, lol, and Chelsea. And then the game before that was the game where they beat Southampton 3-1 by scoring 2 goals in added time. Or not added time, but scored like they were 1-0 down.
Not been plain sailing by any means.
They're not really sold anybody to make it hard for them, but they're just kind of.
Because they're not that good.
I think they don't get talked about as much because Man City have been this juggernaut and they fell off a wee bit more, so it's noticeable.
Or is it just the case that Liverpool are quite good this season?
Better than
or
the
have
rest.
been so far?
I think they've been the best of the rest. They've still played some really good stuff and they're worth being at the top of the league. Biased. But the other teams have been shite, so it looks even better for them.
Thinking about this, right, and feel free to disagree, the big difference for me is the games where Liverpool could have lost, they've somehow won.
They've got that thing to win games. What do you call it?
Like, I'm thinking about Palace, where they went 1-0 up and almost lost, or not almost lost, they went 1-0 up and were under pressure for a lot of the game.
It was not the game when Man City got beat by Bournemouth that week. I can't remember, that might be in the Palace game where they were losing for a long part and then flicked it on and won. That might be in Palace.
That was Brighton last weekend.
Yeah.
Comes down to City dropping points is an absolute gift, and Liverpool are capitalising on it, and Arsenal aren't.
I think we spoke about last week as well, like the Rangers not doing it with Celtic.
Yeah.
Whereas in England, some teams can.
For me, it's the fact that Liverpool have been in positions where they could have dropped points and have somehow managed not to.
And that's the stuff.
That's a league-winning team, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because only lost one game, and that was to Nottingham Forest, which is by no means terrible because they're having a good season in their own right.
It wasn't that good at the weekend, though, was it?
No. You can tell by his big cheesy grin that Newcastle won. Unfortunately, it's not in the running order, so we can just leave it there.
Oh, that's a shame. 2 wins in a row as well. 3 wins in a row. 3 wins in a row in all competitions.
We spoke about them last week, so I'm not having any tears.
I never even got a message asking about my thoughts.
They've had a monthly mention, that's till next month.
Until they get humped. Who are they playing this weekend? Wait a minute.
He mentions them every podcast, so I'm not having that monthly mention, Pish.
Oh, I can't even talk about them next week because we usually record this on a Monday and they're on Monday Night Football next week.
Is that Internationals next week?
Oh, not next week. After the international break. I forget that's happening.
Repressed. I think that's kind of all not FPL, EPL. We're all EPL'd it or not, aren't we?
Yeah, it was just a weekend happened, didn't it?
The odd result here and there, but it's kind of actually there was 2 good results, but another point.
Last point before we move on, actually, Pedro Neto's goal was wonderful to equalise for Chelsea.
It was a lovely, lovely hit.
It was a very nice finish.
There was a few the offside goal as well for Havertz, but it was offside. So, and Trossard at the end could have, but didn't he?
How he missed is beyond me.
For somebody who likes to score goals as much as him, it's a miracle.
For somebody who likes to score late goals as much as him, it's a miracle.
It shows he's human, not a dancer. Anyway, we were on the telly as well the weekend. Queens v Alloa.
Yes, I watched it.
Like, did you see me in my nice pink jacket?
No.
We were there.
Thank God for that, because I didn't want to be on the telly. I wasn't. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
As usually, was not a state to be broadcast.
Yeah, I've been advised by my lawyer to make no comment at this time. Nah, to be fair, from what I remember, it was one of those. It was a decent game to watch.
To give you the comments, because I've obviously spoke to my Alloa sporting colleague, Hi Finlay. You definitely don't listen to this. His exact comments were, your physio will be getting the hairdryer treatment at half-time, which I thought was quite funny. And you have now seen every game of every one of our games this season before we battered whoever it was the week before. Apparently, that's just an Alloa game this season.
Well, good old Alloa. Same old Alloa.
Same old Alloa.
Yep.
Uneventful, nothing really happened. A couple of injuries.
Couple? 3?
No.
All to key players.
True.
The front 3 literally all went off.
I was trying to be optimistic, but...
No.
Someone's gotta
Kale
be.
couldn't see. Kale's vision was blurred by some curry sauce that he'd accidentally got all over his face.
Oh, it's usually blurred by the alcohol consumption.
Etherstone.
That too.
Curry
While
sauce.
we're,
Curry sauce
while we're
fringe.
here, while we're here, how did you get a curry sauce fringe?
I was eating curry sauce and it was that nice that I wanted to lick the poke in it. It went all my fringe and my face and
Did you actually like the poke? Is that actually what happened?
pretty much I went like that. No,
I enjoyed watching it.
I take it you went like that, and someone went,
I generally did it on my own
No,
accord, so
it was voluntary.
it was a nice curry sauce.
right. If Robert, can you send me the photo at some point and I'll edit it in?
That could be arranged if Kale consents.
We'll talk off camera.
Josh Walker's goal was excellent.
It really was.
A return as well.
Nice big deflection, but we'll take them.
Shh.
That was still a nice
Still
goal.
a nice finish. Still a nice finish.
Keepers in no man's land. It was al dente.
Seemed to be just under the lights. We just can't get a win.
I think it's just on telly. I read the stats this week that if you exclude playoff games, the last league game Queens won on telly was against Rangers in the Championship in 2014-15.
What, about 10 years ago?
Yep.
Then I love it. Not been on the telly that often, though, to be fair.
We were on telly, what, 3 times last season? 3 times
Was we-
now this season?
No, it wasn't on the telly. I was going to say we beat Dundee United on penalties, but that wasn't on the telly.
And it was in the Cup, so it wouldn't have counted.
True. To be fair, there's only usually a handful of games that Queens actually get selected for to play on the telly in the league, though.
But you'd think
This
of,
season's
like,
been quite a lot.
it's 3 this season. It was 2 or 3 last season. There was a couple of seasons before the Championship. Like, there's a non-significant number.
I just remember Falkirk last year and we got beat.
It'd always be Falkirk.
Montrose last year and we got beat. Montrose this season we got beat. And
And-
this season.
They picked the games they came in when we've got to win. Away games. Yeah, I think, again, that's just kind of just a wee brief thing about Queens. Unless you have anything else to add.
Queens looked not dreadful from what I saw. Queens looked meh.
As much as me and Kel were roaring and screaming, but it could have been worse. Alloa obviously now sitting, that takes them top as Cove got beat by Inverness.
Yes.
So
Go on.
looking at it from the perspective as they're in first, not the worst result ever. Currently sitting mid-table ish or sixth.
That doesn't count. This league is insane. We might be 6th, but we're 3 points off the top.
It was a good point against
But we're only 6 points off second bottom. I'm only saying that because Inverness are on 1 due to a points deduction.
Yeah, they would be on 11. Like, if Inverness did they get deducted 10 or 15 points?
15, I think.
If they got deducted 15, they would be 7th. Or 8th. Like, if they got deducted, like, let's assume for the purposes of this, they got deducted 15, right? There would be a grand total of 9 points between all the teams in the league.
Yeah.
I can work it out. I can do the maths. Yeah, they were deducted 15 points.
That's the issue with a 10-team league.
Literally, there were 2 out of 5 games where there was a winner last week. 3 were draws.
Yay.
Yeah. If you want to have an interesting insight to the Scottish football system, pyramid, and the format and what we think, make sure to check out our video. We can maybe link it at the end.
I can link it
Oh,
now
no.
if I remember the Football Manager link. The Football Manager.
Yes, we did a Football Manager SPFL reconstruction. So if you haven't seen that, give it a watch. If you have, watch it again because we've got quite a lot of views on that one. So it'd be good to bump up even more.
And if you can't
Yeah.
find it, just watch them all and you'll find it eventually.
Yeah, I will say the thing that's like we also know that Queens are struggling for goals.
Very much so.
But then
And I think really I think in January need someone prolific coming in, or we are going to struggle.
Pharrell Willis looks pretty decent.
He
Yeah,
does, but one striker he's injured. Then what?
Yeah, true.
Need at least 1 or 2 strikers that can coming in. I think.
But
We
that's
have
both injured,
criticised
so-
McIntosh as well, and he came on when Willis went off injured, and he played quite well, I thought.
Better than usual.
We'll watch like this the whole time.
Kills it. And he went and then rubbed the curry sauce in his eyes.
That's why I put Curtis Austin because he came on the pitch.
Right, that's enough. He played well.
No comment.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. This league is just going to be insane. Like, no one wants to win it. Queens should finally win an away game this weekend.
Or not.
Dumbarton
Yeah, I
away.
hope so.
Dumbarton are not that good.
We've got to score a goal first.
Dumbarton have scored 6 more goals than us in the league.
Yeah, but we need to score an away goal first to win the game.
Yeah, that is true, actually, yeah.
Wait, own goals count. Not for us, obviously. They'll
Yeah,
have
but
to
that
do
would
the
count
work.
as us scoring.
No, for them.
If Mark
That's
Durham
it. You
sticks
heard
us
it here
solid,
first, folks. Get your money on Queens 1-0 win with an own goal.
Mark Durham.
Yes, Mr. Agent Durnan.
If he doesn't get sent off before then.
Anyway, I think it's game time. Don't you agree?
No.
I do agree.
So, game is me this week because somehow I lost again. Become a bit of an occurrence this. And it's the category game.
Oh, no.
So I'll give whoever the challenger is the choice of 3 categories. And then they pick a category and there's some answers to get. It's a bit the size of it.
Yes,
it'll be me.
Robert's the challenger.
So I'll listen to the options first.
We'll understand the rules because that was a really good explanation. So
We know how this works. If you don't know how it works, go and watch whatever episode we last played this in and you'll hear how it works from someone who actually knows.
somebody actually plays it a lot more than I do. So categories we've got are awards.
Oh, no.
We've got Messi,
Oh, no.
or we've got Ballon d'Or.
Oh, dear. Well done, Robert. They don't sound good for me.
Didn't he start that rubbish again? Because you know you'll win because I'm a bottle merchant, but you just want to get the comment in just in case. Right, I'll go awards first.
Awards, cool. Back of the book. So
You said it first, so I
That's
didn't know
right.
that.
Awards. So I want you to name any player who has been in the top 3 of the Copa Trophy, which is the best under 21 player since it began in 2018. There is 14 names.
That would be, yes, that would. Wait, what?
There's been a few like doublers.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, yeah, that must make sense. Yes, that might. No, it doesn't.
It does when there's doublers.
Yeah.
That's why the doublers are. I've already forgotten. But so yes.
Wait, so it's repeat it for me. Sorry, I'm still writing it down. Any player who's been in the top 3.
Top 3 of the Copa Trophy, which is the best under 21 players since 2018.
I'm getting a bit of paper as well to write some answers down here.
Just
Yeah,
2018.
I've wrote it down because, yeah, interesting. But we'll go for it.
I was struggling for categories.
I like Soccer Aid. I like that one.
Yeah, well, we'll do that again.
definitely.
Anyway, just go when you're ready.
Right,
Oh God. Right. I'm trying to think. So best top 3 since 2018 under 21s.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a young player as a pure star. Camavinga. He's like young. Oh great.
Well, Kyle's frozen, so we don't know. There we go.
Oh, brilliant. I was expecting a loss there.
Jude Bellingham.
I knew he was going to say that as soon as I said Camavinga.
It was the
That's
first
my
name I'd
second.
written down.
As I can remember, Bellingham's a doubler.
But that's the one that would, like, that was the, yeah.
It was
Has it been done this year?
Yes, it's done at the same time as the Ballon d'Or.
All right, well, that Güler boy from Turkey.
Good shout.
There we go. Takes ages to
Kylian
think.
Mbappe.
We have another doubler, but I could be wrong.
Just trying to think of young players. Is it Gavi from Barcelona?
Vinicius Jr. Ooh,
No, he was never on it.
that surprises me.
I think he was quite shite till he was like 22. So yeah, 1-0.
Yeah.
Oh,
The other name I had was Pedri.
Pedri was
That
one
was
of
my
the
next. That was my next
Yeah.
answer because I thought Gavi was going to give you Pedri, and then when you said Vinicius Junior, I was like, never even thought of him.
I had Vinicius
thought he was
written
old.
down.
I thought he was older.
So we had Kobe Mainu,
Oh, I thought about him at the start and
Really?
then thought, I don't know how long he's been playing. Like,
Yeah.
when they would have done the awards, that's when I asked.
This year's winner was Lamine Yamal as well.
Yeah.
Ah, that was
Uh,
fun.
Musiala.
Musiala, De Ligt, Patrick, no, Justin Clive was one of them as well, 2018. He came third, but and Pulisic, Felix, Sancho, the others. That's all of them.
Are you saying João Felix was in the top three and Vinicius Junior somehow wasn't?
As I think Vinicius was shite until he was like 23-year-old, so he's past the threshold.
He definitely was. He's only 24 now, so I don't buy that.
Well,
I will once again ask who votes for these shitey awards.
I don't know.
I'll have Messi, please.
Messi, that's ideal. Just page him on. So, Messi, I'm wanting you to name any team, country that Messi has scored against for Argentina.
For
So
Argentina.
Obviously, he plays for Argentina as of today's date, 11th of November.
France.
It'll take a while to find them because I've got a big list. France is.
What's the World Cup final?
Where'd you say France?
I'll just say there's 38 answers.
I'm stuffed already, to be honest. I can't think what World Cups and who he's played against. And I'll say Brazil. They've probably played a friendly at some point. Oh, here we go. All right. The dramatic pause puts me off every time.
Because I'm trying to find them.
Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Uruguay?
Uruguay are tenable.
Colombia.
Love them.
Chile.
Fuck. Chile. Bear with. Oh, they're right there. There they are. Ding.
Paraguay.
Paraguay.
That's my next one.
Tried it, Scotland.
I think who they've played the World Cups and stuff. I can't even think. The only team I can think of is who'd you say? France.
The only team I can think of, I know they didn't score against.
There's a few sitters.
Yeah, there will be. You'll just need to let me round out what I'm doing.
Let's say Portugal to say he did it against thingy, but I'm gonna stick with a South American country. That's my safe bet at the minute. I'm gonna go Venezuela.
That was the next one on my list. I think this rounds out all. Because there's only 10. Oh no, there must be one more. Ecuador.
Ecuador. When I can find them.
I'm doing Yako's World in my head. What was that Ecuador you said? Peru.
That's the last one. There you go. So we're now on non-South American countries because there's only 10. Oh, they've been in Copa Americas. I'm going to gamble.
Oh, brave.
Well, I don't really, at this point, I don't really know.
Well,
Mexico.
Oh, you have to bear with me here. My handwriting's atrocious. Oh, there they are.
I think you've got me there, Gregory. I'm just trying to think of a World Cup team and the European team that maybe played.
That's what I was trying to do, but I struggled, so I gambled on my other logic.
This might be an absolute punt in the dark, but I think they played them at the World Cup. Oh no, I don't know. I don't want to say it.
I'm going to feed because I'm going to be a bit more lenient with this. There's name of because I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with the time.
Oh, come on, I've got one written down.
I'm going to guess it could be wrong. I can't even remember it. We might laugh at me here. Did Iran not play at the World Cup and did they not get an early goal against Argentina?
Was that Saudi Arabia?
Iran's right.
Yeah, I just don't think it was the one Robert was thinking of.
Oh, it was.
Oh, was
Or
it?
maybe it
No,
wasn't.
no,
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
it can't have been at the last World Cup because Saudi Arabia, they played Saudi Arabia, and Iran and Saudi Arabia couldn't have been in the same group.
Oh, well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I'm going to do some more random pumps in the dark. Let's guess the United States.
That was my next one. I feel like they maybe played them in. Oh no, I don't know if they actually played in that.
25 left.
How many?
25.
5 left.
Jesus. Aye, they're probably.
Oh, 5 left. 5.
No, I've got 25 still to go.
25. You said I said 25 and you went 5?
No, 25.
I've got a country in my head that I can't remember. Do they actually play in the like Oceania tournaments? I don't think they do. I feel like sometimes they play each other, being that end of the world. But I suppose that's still quite far away, isn't it? Is it?
I don't know. I didn't hear a team.
I'm gonna go Australia. They maybe play them in a friendly or something.
That's 25. Yeah.
World Cup.
The Netherlands.
Holland. Adam Downers.
I don't remember them playing against.
I'm trying to think about World Cup groups, and I'm getting absolutely floored by World Cup groups.
I literally cannot think.
Who did they, when they won the freaking World Cup, who did they?
What was that noise? That's put me off. That's not fair. I'm trying to think who they.
I've got 3 options written down now, and I don't like any of them. Does it include on pens, Kyle?
And penalty shootouts.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
I think it's like 90 minutes open play.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't think it's right, but I'm absolutely stumped here. Germany.
That's one I've got written down that I've not wanted to say.
You should have said it.
Right, let's do a massive punt. Qatar. Well done, Robert.
There's no still got to say one.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
do.
does.
You said Qatar. I stopped writing them down, so I forgot what we've been saying. I said Australia. You said Qatar. I said Iran. It's not made it any easier.
I've got 2 other punts that I think are wrong written down for reference.
There's
3
again still
other punts.
some arguable sitters.
I want to say England, but I'm not saying that. I want to say England, but I feel like if they did play it, I don't remember Messi scoring.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to.
just trying to think of really obscure teams they've played.
He's had a really long career, though.
Do you want me to give you a hint when he started playing? It'll probably won't help you really, but it might.
Don't give him a hint. This is to win.
True, yeah. Tough.
I'm gonna go for it, thinking they played. I'm gonna go Portugal.
A good shout. Well done.
Yeah, I'm not going for the rest of the list. There's too
Can
many.
I
The
give you
sitters,
the
go for the
3 punts?
sitters.
Can I give you the 3 punts that are on my list, and you can tell me if any of those were right? So it was between the 3 of them, and I picked Qatar.
Go for it.
Costa Rica or Belgium were the other 2 I'd written down.
You'd been humped either way.
Good.
Belgium was one of mine, and I just doubted myself too much.
Another one that came to my head might have been Japan, which I think is also wrong.
Negatory.
I'm gonna have a quick look here. When did they play? When did they play Iran? Because that was what I fucking guess that was.
2014 World Cup.
I was right. It's just the wrong World Cup.
Yeah.
And it was a 91st minute goal. Dash.
You had likes of Spain, Croatia, Nigeria.
Croatia I wrote down afterwards.
His first goal.
They did play Nigeria. Was it 2010?
10, 14 and 18.
Christ.
Honduras, Jamaica, they're kind of easy. UAE, they're not a big one. Yeah. Canada, I don't know if I said them. There's a few.
Wait, are you telling me that Honduras, Jamaica, and Canada are sitters, and Costa Rica, which was wrong, isn't?
No, they weren't They were just some of the bigger countries.
Yeah.
I think Portugal was probably the biggest one, or Spain.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the last one? We'll just leave it.
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
Just hit me with names. So it's
Done of the round.
Ballon d'Or. Top three players have been the top three since the year 2000. And there's 39.
Modric.
Top three since when?
2000. It should have been it should have been Robert to go first anyway, sorry.
Doesn't really matter.
Modric.
Aye.
Messi.
Aye. Just keep going.
Ronaldo.
I can't find Messi. There he is.
Mbappe.
Aye.
Lewandowski.
Aye.
Rodri.
Aye.
Rodri. Vinicius this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Cannavaro.
Aye. Winner, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe a punt in the dark, but the Mandzukic will get close one year.
Nope.
Nah.
Zidane.
Aye.
Cool,
2-1.
Figo.
Aye.
Gerrard.
Aye. Where the hell I wrote him, I don't know, but he was on the list.
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen's one of them, aye. Gerrard.
Macedon.
Bellingham.
Bellingham, what if that's what you said? But aye, he's on it.
Yeah, that is what I said.
I'll tell you who was in and about Andrea Pirlo.
Nope.
Was he not? Oh,
No.
I thought it was 1 year he was going to win it.
Not him.
Oh, well.
Another Italian midfielder.
Did Jorginho
Yeah,
did quite well one year.
He was third.
Was that
Buffon?
2020, I assume?
Yeah, when they won the Euros.
Casillas, I'm sure Buffon or Casillas is probably in and about.
Casillas wasn't. Buffon was.
Okay, I can be
Right.
saved. He played at that World Cup. He didn't play in that game. I'm now pissed off that I didn't get Nigeria for Lionel Messi because I was convinced Shola Amiobi played in that game, but he was on the bench.
Sorry, there's still a question going on, but you just look at other questions.
No, it's all right. What do you mean you still got a question going on? I won the point about 5,000 years ago. I
I thought we were just going to keep going. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. Not bored.
No, neither am I.
Anyway, well,
Beckham.
No. I'm going to read it. Notable mentions. You've ever ruined it. You've cheated this one for me.
Good.
Oh well. Well done. You play me
Well
next
done,
week.
Robert.
Play me next
Thank
week.
you.
Aye.
Thank you.
Get a game made for next week.
Oh, I'm sure I've got one somewhere.
So back to the good stuff. FPL time.
Hey, there's something I can be happy about. You were all happy. I wasn't here last week to talk about the natural order being restored, but I am here this week.
Well, I'll do it this week. I'll take the responsibility. Ali's still at the bottom. Unlucky son, you need to get the finger out, I'm afraid. In the relegation place at number 12 is still Kyle Palmer. My sore one for me, I've dropped to 10th. I am in and about the relegation zone with Kyle. I'm just going to skip right through here. Greg's in at number 6. Remains from last week. Our top 3 is still as it was last week. Jacob Bessent in 3rd, Kieran Thompson in 2nd, and Kyle Pagan still at number 1. So well done, gentlemen.
Lucho Johnson and Rick Bithell, I'm coming for you. The others are maybe a bit too far away, but for Lucho Johnson and Rick Bithell, I'm coming for you.
I'm just trying to get away from Ali. I'm trying to get Ali this week, and then I'll be sorted.
You're pretty far away. You're only 9 points off of you're only 12 points off Robert.
Oh, that's what I said.
My captains, I keep picking bad captains, so.
Yeah, I captained Haaland again, and this week he thankfully didn't look it up for me. I considered Salah and then didn't do it.
I did Wood.
Yeah, so that wraps it up.
Against which team did you think Chris Wood would score against? Sorry.
So thank you all for watching. This has been episode 102. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow, share.
All that jazz.
I can't remember the other fun stuff. Subscribe, tweet, X, follow on Spotify.
Yeah.
Send us fan mail, hate mail, whatever. Chap our doors, tell us you like it. I don't really care. Whatever. That's us. Godspeed.
See you soon.